Hi, I'm Ryan Peterson with Affordable Trenchless and Pipelining in Carmichael, California, and I'm going to go over some simple answers to questions I receive from customers daily about pipelining. I know that there's a lot of animation videos out there, but there's some important things and some basic things that people need to know about so that they can ask the contractor questions. So in layman's terms, I'm going to explain how the process works. We start out with a PVC coated liner that has a felt inside of it. This liner is a flex liner. It still has the PVC coating on it, but it's thinner. The felt liner allows us to go around multiple bends, 90s and 45s, whereas the liner with the heavier PVC coating is designed to go in a straight line and possibly around 45s. So don't be misled. You can line around 90s multiple times. So basically what happens is before the process starts, the line's cleaned, measured out with the camera, and the material's cut to size. A resin, two-part epoxy, is mixed together and poured inside the liner. The resin soaks into the felt material, and before it's put into the inversion machine, all the air is taken out of it. After the liner's prepped and is inside the inversion machine, a head is connected to the end of the hose before the liner is installed in the pipe. So if you notice, the liner's cupped or folded at the end of the head inside out. This allows the liner to be installed in the line 100% inverted. I get a lot of questions from customers about inversion method. So essentially what we want to do, or what we are going to do, is we're going to install this complete liner throughout your pipe. As air travels through the machine, it's going to fold this liner inside out. So 100% of the resin is going to end up on the outside, and the PVC coating is going to end up on the inside, hence inversion. Another question that I get asked, or that I see doesn't get answered correctly, is when you line a pipe, you cover up any tie-ins that might connect to that pipe. Very important question that should be asked to any contractor that's bidding a job for you is, what are we going to do about the tie-ins that get covered up? There's two options that you have. One is that a robot could be installed inside the liner and the holes could be cut back open for all the tie-ins. Another way is that the tie-in has to get dug up, and you could use a roto drill to cut the liner out. So you could refer to our reinstating page on our website to see the robotic tool that we use to put inside a line pipe to reinstate any tie-in. So after the liner is installed inside the pipe, the liner's cut, and we do the same installation with a calibration tube, as we call a balloon. It's sealed off at the end with a rope, and it's installed inside of the liner that has already been inverted in the pipe, aired up, which allows the resin to be pushed up against the hose pipe and seal off any joints or leaks that might occur. Another question that we get asked a lot is, if I have a problem 20 feet down the line, do I have to shoot 20 feet of liner to get to the problem? And no, you don't. What we do is we can actually invert the liner above ground, soak it out with resin, fold it up, drag it into place where you might have a busted pipe, a cracked pipe, or root intrusion in the line, which would be called a point repair. After the liner cures, Balloons removed, voila, you have a stent. This is a section of liner that we shot above ground to show as a sample to contractors. So essentially what you're doing in layman's terms is we are blowing a fiberglass sock inside a pipe. We're going to put a balloon inside of that. When the sock cures, we're going to pull the balloon out and you have a new fiberglass pipe inside a pipe. This gives you an idea of the strength of the liner. So permaliner is the only material that we line with in our company. Not only do they put their name on the liner, they put their approvals on the liner, and the most important thing that they do is they put a tracking number on the liner. This tracking number allows the contractor and the manufacturer to keep track of when the liner was purchased, so that 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, if this liner fails, we go back to the tracking number and reference it to when it was purchased and who purchased it. This allows us to stand behind the 50-year manufacturer warranty that they offer. I could easily install another liner that might look like this, but who are we going to go back to and get to warranty the liner if it fails? So USA is something that every contractor should do before digging a hole on your property. And as a homeowner, you should be aware that this has to be done to avoid hitting gas lines, water lines, fiber optic lines. So the way this works is it is a free service. It takes 48 hours to complete it, meaning from the time that it's called in to the time that it's approved to dig in takes 48 hours. Basically, this company calls gas companies, water companies, utility companies that might potentially have a line running through your property that is going to be dug in. They will mark the appropriate lines that are in the area marked out so that when the contractor digs, he avoids hitting anything. This is very important to do. So hopefully this video demonstrated in layman's terms what pipelining is and gave you a little bit of insight about it. There's several different methods, sizes, and application for pipelining. Some of the key questions that the common person should ask the contractor before a liner is installed. A, the warranty on the liner and how we're going to identify the manufacturer if there's a problem. B, what are we going to do if there's any tie-ins on the line that is being lined? How are we going to reinstate those tie-ins? And the most important one, is this the best application for the job? There's several different applications for the job. And just remember, get everything in writing. If you're promised something, it should be on the contract, not on the back, but on the front.